On February 23, 2019, 36 intrepid volunteers joined together at the Red Planet Hotel in Manila. At 4 a.m. the following morning, we boarded a bus to take the 3-hour trip south to Batangas, where we and the bus got on a ferry. The 3-hour ferry ride took us to the island of Mindoro, where we offloaded and continued another 5 hours by bus to our home away from home in San Jose. Our group consisted of doctors, nurse practitioners, nurses, a dentist, and volunteers. They came from Tucson, Alaska, Colorado, and from the Philippines. Many had just flown in from the States on a 30-hour journey the night before, so we had a few nodding heads on the ship. After dinner that night, there was no rest. We had to get the medicines sorted and packaged for distribution for the following day. Each morning we would wake up early and meet for breakfast at 6 a.m. At 7 a.m. we would meet for praise singing, followed by some words of encouragement from the gospel by our pastor.
The next day the alarm clock comes on and you're out excited once again because it's a new day.
At 8 o'clock, we would load 4 locally supplied vans with our supplies for the day and clamber aboard with the local pastors and head for the remote barangay. The trip was from 45 minutes to an hour long. The route was through countryside that was beautiful with planted fields, farms, waterways, and animals, but some of the roads were not so good. They varied from one-lane concrete to rough single-lane dirt roads. We would arrive at the barangay and find a local school. The first thing to do was to decide who was going where and where all the supplies went. As we were doing the setup, the lines were already forming. Each day we asked the good Lord's blessing on the activities for the day. After the rooms were organized, it was time to get all the supplies out of the vans and set up in the rooms. The clinic had to be set up. The pharmacy had to be set up. Individual workstations had to be set up. The dentist had to be set up. And the glasses dispensary had to be set up. And then the counseling room had to be set up. While we were setting up, the local health workers were already busy. The first order of business after setup was to assess everybody and find out what they needed and start a paper trail which would later be used by the local pastors to continue contact. They were sent to counseling, or they were sent to the clinic to see a doctor, or sent to the dentist. If they only needed glasses, that need was cared for too. Some people went right to the clinic, others went right to the dentist. One day we ministered to and treated 700 people. We averaged 500 per day. Prescriptions were written and filled by the pharmacy. The dentist looked at the teeth and pulled teeth as needed. During the 5 days, the dentist pulled almost 500 teeth. We had a special ministry for the children, which included coloring books, geography on where we were from, and songs of worship of the Lord. There were lots of activities and games to tire them out. At least I know the leaders were tired out. At the end of 5 days, we left knowing that we had done something of worth. We had helped a lot of people who could not afford the care they received. We then boarded the bus and did everything in reverse. 5 hours back to the ferry, loaded the ferry, 3 hours across to Batangas, and then 3 hours up to Manila.